Alternate intercom function.
Alrighty, can you hear me?
You're loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Alright, 1,000 RPM. Oil pressure is still green. Electrical fuel pumps off, we did that. The T.
37 Quebec Nashua, another left down, runway 32 and report midfield. What was your type aircraft?
Organize our heading.
I can do that as well. Enter the left base, report 2 miles out.
Attitude indicators level of flight. Radio mass switch already got on. Altimeter got set to 200.
0, dew point 12, altimeter 2975. Arriving IFR aircraft, expect a visual approach, landing and departing runway 32. Advise on initial contact, you've received information. November. Nashua Airport information, November, 1256 Zulu weather, wind 290 at 8, visibility 10, sky clear.
Instruments.
Temperature 20, dew point 12, altimeter 2975. Arriving IFR aircraft, expect a visual approach, landing and departing runway 32. Advise on initial contact, you've received information, November. Nashua Airport information, November, 1256 Zulu weather, wind 290 at 8, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 20, dew point 12, altimeter 2975. Arriving IFR aircraft, expect a visual approach, landing and departing runway 32. Advise on initial contact, you've received information, November.
75 feet on the altimeter, which is good.
Nashua Airport information, November, 1256 Zulu weather, wind 290 at 8, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 20, dew point 12, altimeter 2975. Arriving IFR aircraft, expect a visual approach, landing and departing runway 32.
Brakes are working well.
Initial contact, you've received information.
Transfer the controls to you so you can check your brakes.
Okay.
Get the controls.
I have the controls.
Nashua Airport information, November.
My brakes work. You have the controls.
I have the controls.
You have the controls.
At 8, visibility 10, sky clear. On 362 Hotel, frequency change approved. Have a good day.
So what I want you to do is,
okay.
I want you to get that code, your transponder code.
Yeah. Get that now.
You can do it before tax. Don't do it while you're taxing. So you call them and tell them that, where's your sheet of paper, your communications sheet?
Right. Under here. $3,500. Get in.
So you give them a call and just either do it here or at the run-up area. I would do it here and just say we're not ready to tax yet. We just want to get a code for our VFR flight and just write everything down here. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Couple 01 Bravo, departure frequency 124.9er, squawk 5316.
124.9er, 5316, 9301 Bravo.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, Nashua ground, requesting a squawk code for VFR flight to KSFM at 3,500 feet.
You can also say Sanford.
5224, 5224 Lima, Nashua ground, your code's on request. Taxi via Delta Alpha, runway 32.
Code on request, taxi via Delta Alpha to runway 32.
24 Lima.
24 Lima.
Now you gotta listen to what I'm saying. So I'm going to show you. We'll see how this works out.
Okay.
I told you to tell him. You got to communicate with these guys.
I'd
like to get the code before taxing because he's going to give you. He's going to call you now while you're taxing, probably. Give you a departure frequency and a code, and then you're going to be distracted writing that down. There's a chance you can hit something if you're not careful.
Right. That's a good point.
And 24 Lima, your call sign 6224 Lima. Is that correct?
It's 5224 Lima, November 5224 Lima.
All right, I had it right the first time. Thanks.
You're welcome. 24 Lima.
Say, we'll pick up the code at the run-up area.
Cherokee 5224 Lima. We can pick up the code at the run-up area. That'd be great, please.
Sure.
See that?
There you go.
That's all you have to do. But you don't want to do all your taxiing. That's a big distraction.
Dangerous, yeah. Clear
Avoid
right,
clear.
clear left.
It can be done. It's just not the safest thing to do.
Yeah, right.
You're going to see people do it all the time, but
Not the recommended.
no, not if you have other options, right?
Right, exactly. Kind of interesting. They assume you want that, but I guess.
Well, you have to keep in mind, these guys, they're so used to doing this every day. It's nothing for them.
Ground,
Right.
November 4142, Victor.
It's really nothing, a code, a
142
transponder
Victor.
code, and a frequency is easy to remember. But when you're dealing with students,
Hangar 107, we need
sometimes these easy things are not that easy.
Right.
On the inner ramp.
They can cause accidents. So,
Yeah, I know. I hear what you're saying, and I agree with it too.
Golf, Nashua, hold short.
I'll make sure I remember that. All right, so we're gonna do our in taxi checks here. Airspeed is 0. Attitude indicator. It's not banking below 5 degrees.
Show the long landing approach for the left of
And
Delta.
it's not banking excessively. It's not pitching excessively, excuse me.
42 Victor, okay, your call
Alt-
was blocked by another call.
altimeter we already checked. It's been 75 feet earlier.
Sorry, sir. We actually
Turn
just need to
coordinator,
reposition to infinity on the inner
correct
ramp. Just
turns
wanted
to
you
right and
be
left,
advised.
and balls indicating opposite.
Okay, thanks for the call.
Our directional gyros indicating the correct direction as well.
Okay, and we have
Our
a
VSI is
plan on
0
file.
out, so
It's,
that's all looking
instrument
good.
to Oscar Alpha Juliet.
All right, looks
we'll
good.
be getting that clearance from you in just a bit.
Colonial 345 Nash Tower, the altimeter is 2975, runway 32, you clear to land.
Pencil back.
42 Victor hasn't spit out of the computer yet, but I'll be looking for it.
Yeah, okay, should be on there. It's instruments to Alpha,
Clear left,
Oscar
clear right.
Alpha Juliet.
Wants to go back to the hangar on ground. 694 Delta Charlie. All right, watch for the vehicle south of you moving on the ramp and proceed down the ramp to the hangar.
How plane is that?
I don't know. Interesting, though.
Yeah, right?
Kodiak 3, Kilo Quebec left at Delta into infinity from there, monitor ground point 8 on the way.
It's going to be a great day for this. Absolutely beautiful, huh?
It is.
Ground, November 104 Sierra Hangar 97.
How strong's the wind?
November, VFR departure to
The wind
northwest.
is
2100
8 knots.
Sierra Nash ground taxi
At 290. It's not much of a crosswind there.
04 Sierra, Charlie Alpha, tree 2.
Pushing this forward,
And
actually.
going up to Eastport this morning.
When it's 10 knots at Grady, you can correct forward. If it's below 10, you can, but you don't have to.
Oh, really?
Good morning, Arrow 3736 Tango request.
10 knots are great. That's
Arrow
good. to know.
3736 Tango, Nash ground, go ahead.
Morning, landing. Building 101 with November, ready to taxi via Port of Bahaba at...
Is that what those are there for?
No, that's
Okay, follow the Mooney.
Stuff they
they're
left
doing
out.
something with the
National Jet
helicopter
and taxi by Charlie
Yeah,
Alpha, runway
to fly it
32,
remotely
close
without a
down
pilot or something.
They are?
They're
that
working on it. It's in that hangar.
Really? Crazy. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be near that thing when they were doing
Hopefully
that.
they're saving up for
Not really,
air
but-
lobsters or
Well, they
something
crash.
this
They
year.
crash enough when pilots are flying them.
Yeah, right.
We're going to the new co-op over in...
Especially those little, the 22s are, from what I understand, are very dangerous.
Yeah.
Right off the boat.
And helicopters are so hard to fly. I mean, you ever tried flying one of those? Like trying to balance a pen on its like tip, you know? It's impossible.
They're not as expensive as aviation fuel. Is that right?
Colonial 345 left at Delta and
Not variable
infinity
too much,
today.
which is good.
And straight into the ramp from Delta,
Loop right
monitor
in front of
ground
the
point 8 on the
sky.
way to parking.
Much right down the runway. Close to anyone.
7242 Golf, caution white turbulence behind the landing jet traffic, runway 32, make right traffic, report midfield down, clear for takeoff.
Kind of loop around in front of this guy, but give him some space.
No, don't go in front of him.
Don't.
No, you never go. You don't want to. Let me see the airplane. I'll show you. Just go over here.
Get the airplane.
I have the airplane. You never want to blast another airplane with your prop wash.
Right. Where would we go? Just kind of at an angle next to him, basically.
Yeah, I can accommodate that. Hold short of 32 at Bravo.
There you go. Now there's an offset, okay?
Right, that makes good sense.
You have the airplane?
I have the airplane.
That's one of the things that pisses me off. Sometimes people, they'll go right in front of you.
Yeah.
Bring the power up and stop blasting. All those little pebbles come back and will ding your airplane up.
Big no-no, I got you. Just offset to the side. It makes sense, actually.
Just let me know when you're ready for your code down there.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, ready for the code.
There'll be a Boston approach on 124.9er, squawk 5317.
You say offset something?
5317, 124.9er.
124.9er.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, departure frequency 124.9er, code 5317.
Correct.
There you go.
All right, there we go. Okay.
Nashua ground, Warrior
run up here.
260 November Delta.
She's gonna get rid of this. We don't need it anymore.
At Infinity,
now,
ready
anyway.
to taxi.
Warrior 260 November Delta, Nash ground, taxi via Delta and Alpha, runway 32.
Taxi via Delta Alpha, runway 32.
Brakes are held.
November Delta.
Mixture's full
36 Tango, the Cessna on the upwind is departing on the right.
Throttle's
Close traffic.
2000
Follow him
RPM.
out of the pattern with your right turn northeast approved. Runway 32, Bravo, clear for takeoff.
There are magneto checks here. Left. Less than 100. Right. They're both. Right.
Nash ground, afternoon, Twin
90.
Piper
Both.
4142 Victor Instruments to OAJ, and we have November.
Switch between them. About the same. Back to both.
4142 Victor, there's a
Carburetor heat on.
Warrior, a little
100
head to your
RPM
left
drop.
there, leaving the ramp.
Carburetor
Follow
off.
him and
Back
taxi
2000.
via Delta Alpha, runway
4 to 5
32,
inch
your
suppressor.
northwest.
Delta Alpha, go to 3.
Charging. Not charging. Charging and the alternator throttle. Bring it down to 500 slowly. Above 500. Still above 500 with the carb heat on. Off. By vacuum pump. Working good. Power gonna set to 1000 middle D.
Couple of
Brake
signs,
controls.
301 Bravo, Nash Tower, runway 32, right
Correct.
turn, northbound, approved, clear for takeoff.
Engine gauges, bolt screen, oil pressure is green, oil temperature is green, fuel pressure is green. Latch our window.
I have to do it, don't worry about it.
Great. Belt's already harnessed and fastened. I know you got yours. Lights, reading landing lights, any collision lights and strobe lights on. Transponder. So we're not going to do 1200 now. We put our code in now. Wouldn't we?
Clear for touch and go.
All right. So let's see how this works. 5,
036 Tango,
3,
contact approach, have a good day.
1, 7.
There you go.
That's it, right? Tower. Pre-takeoff briefing. We have any engine issues with?
Go back to your communications radios though. So,
okay.
what do you have in there?
Power.
What do you need?
Back up on ground. Should put the departure in
Yes.
here. That would be the smart thing to do while we're still on the ground. All right, there we go.
It's a pain in the ass,
Yeah, isn't it? It's horrible this year.
All right, so now we're all set.
Should we also program the radios in for Sanford in here too, or do that later?
Yeah, no, there's whatever you can do ahead of time. Means you're ahead of the game.
One way to do that. It takes like 2 seconds. ATIS. Why don't we throw the ATIS in there?
Your clearance, just advise when you're ready for it.
West landing full stop with November.
And that's not an ATIS, that's an AWAS, right?
It's an
A.
It's like a very small difference, right?
ASOS, right? But it's
that's the target morning code.
the difference is it's not hourly.
To the west and
What is they update every couple of minutes?
Going to 216
Better.
down to the left
Yeah.
down for runway 32 and report.
But Nashua doesn't have one of those.
Downwind runway 32, report midfield, code
And then we're going to put our CTAF in there.
November
1, 2, 3.
Go straight down.
21040, move up to the hold line close to the runway and hold short.
AWOS, CTAF will be in that order too. Alright, cool. Now that's all set, and
01 Bravo, contact approach.
now we'll do our pre-takeoff briefing. If we have any engine issues on the ground, we're going to close the throttle, close the throttle, use maximum wheel dynamic braking, and advise ATC. If we have any engine issues on takeoff with usable run remaining, we're going to lower the nose for safe flying airspeed, close the throttle, land the plane, use maximum wheel and dynamic braking, advise ATC. If we have any engine issues on climb out, we're going to lower the nose for safe flying airspeed. We're going to try to continue the climb. If we can't continue the climb or maintain our altitude, we're going to use gentle banks to maneuver to a best landing site. We're going to turn our fuel pump off. Mixture's going to go idle cutoff. Fuel selector is going to go off. We're going to tighten our seatbelts and shoulder harnesses, and we're going to unlatch the door. We're going to put full flaps in before landing to slow us down as much as possible. And we're going to advise ATC once you've landed, turn the master switch off. If we have a safe altitude, the rough running engine, we're going to, see, there you go. Should we move a little bit?
They're East Coast, they're fucking morons. I'm telling you.
A little bit. Here. For rough run, so pitch the nose down for safe flying airspeed. If we have a rough running engine, we're going to just advise ATC and land the plane. If the engine's quit completely, we're going to turn to landing anywhere on the field. We're going to use maximum. Once the landing's assured, we're going to put full flaps in, and fuel pump's going to come off. Mixture's going to idle head off. Fuel selector off. Tighten seat, shoulder harnesses tight, and unlatch the door. Advise ATC before landing and turn the master switch off. So there we go. We should be ready to taxi.
Hold your brakes.
What's that?
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
What are you going to do with your flight plan?
What's that now?
Your flight plan. So take out your phone.
Oh yeah, activate the flight plan.
So there are a couple differences when we're doing the cross country. So go to easy activate.
I already got it right here. The 931. Deactivate. Minutes 0 because we're doing it right now, right?
Just
or 1 minute.
Put 5 minutes from now.
5 minutes.
That's a nice option. Because we might end up getting delayed over here, okay?
Especially on a nice day like today, there's a lot of people flying. Alright, it's been successfully activated, so should be good to go then.
There's nobody up there right now, so take a look at your, what do you have for a time?
Our time is 9:57.
Alright, so 9:57, let's just say 10 o'clock by the time we get up there.
By the time we take off, yeah.
So 10 o'clock, now you gotta write down the list, so 10:05, just keep adding those up. These are estimated times.
And 12, and 17, and 21, and 27. There we go.
All right, looks good.
Perfect.
So now we can taxi up.
All right, sounds good. See that guy coming on the left?
Yeah, he can wait. He's also going too fast.
He's going really fast. Yeah, behind us going 190.
What to go, follow that skyline on the opposite downwind and your number 2, runway 32, clear for touch and go. Number 2,
we're going to ask departure to the northeast.
But we're going to say right downwind departure to the northeast.
Right downwind
so we can go
departure
upwind, crosswind, downwind, then turn on course, okay?
Okay.
I'll talk you through it.
All right, sounds good. To the east or the northeast?
Northeast, but it's a right downwind departure.
Right downwind departure.
Just call him and tell him you're holding short. He's not going to let you go anyway. There's a guy coming in, then we'll talk.
All right, sounds good.
Nashua Tower, Sirius 515 Sierra Mike. We're about 7 miles to the south inbound with November.
Sierra Mike, Nashua Tower. You want to maneuver for a straight in or a left base entry, runway 32?
We can maneuver for a straight in 32, 5 Sierra Mike.
Maneuver for the straight in, report a 4-mile final crossing the Merrimack River.
We'll report crossing the river and straight in 32515 Sierra Mike.
Nashua Tower, Cherokee 5224 Lima is holding short of runway 32 on taxiway Alpha.
24 Lima, hold short for landing traffic.
Holding short for landing traffic, 24 Lima.
The next time you talk to him, let him know we're requesting a right downwind departure to the northeast.
Requesting a right downwind departure.
See, if you don't do that, if you take off and you climb, by the time you climb, let's say you're a mile past the airport, then if you turn on course, if this is your runway and you're over here, you're a mile off already.
Already messed
so
up.
what we can do is we can go upwind, crosswind, downwind, like staying in the pattern in that at the middle of the airport. We turn on course.
Makes sense. That lined us up really nicely.
So you have different options.
Not a problem. We're off at Bravo, going to 216.
You don't have to just straight in or 45 out. You can do stuff like that.
Left at Bravo and hold short of Alpha over to ground, Kona 216.
I didn't know you could even ask that.
So make sure you fly the plane first today. The radio might be a little distracting initially.
All aircraft information, Oscar is current.
Just fly the plane.
1012, Gus 17,
Focus on
altimeter
that,
2975.
It's going to be a windy day watching him.
Yeah, that's such a nice day to fly, you know?
Sierra frequency change approved.
It is very nice.
4-2 Victor, okay, just get in the line and advise when you're first in line for departure, change to the tower frequency.
We taxied up just in time, didn't we?
Follow the arrow, crossing your nose right to left and taxi to the
jeez.
brick hangar.
Ridiculous.
Pretty fair-sized crowd down the end of Alpha. You might want to make the road on Golf and go in the back way.
Like 8 people behind us. Unbelievable.
Nashua Tower 515 Sierra Mike, just about to cross the river.
5 Sierra Mike, runway 32, clear to land.
32 clear to land, 515 Sierra Mike.
5224 Lima, the Cessna undergoes, departing on the right traffic. Follow him out of the pattern with your right turn. Runway 32, clear for takeoff.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, following the Cessna, clear for takeoff, runway 32.
Monitoring runway 32, finals clear, the other way's clear.
1137 Juliet,
Put 2 notches down for me, please. And keep it rolling.
Okay, 2 notches.
Now feed off the brakes and use your nose wheel steering, feeding your power. Bring your power up. We'll do a soft field. So we hold this. Look at that nose.
Okay, it goes up
we
immediately.
Pull it all the way back.
Yep.
Now as soon as that nose comes up a hair, we're going to ease it forward a little. Let it come up. Right there. See that? Ease it forward. Let the airplane come up. And we stay right here in ground effect. And then we climb out. That's a soft field take.
That's all there is to it, huh?
Yep.
Just kind of ease it up and stay in ground effect.
And
safe
then,
altitude, safe airspeed, positive rate. We're going to lose 1 notch.
We're 244 November Delta Nash ground taxi by Delta and Alpha, runway 32.
Safe airspeed, safe altitude.
Don't push that and leave it pushed because you're going to hear all the background noise.
I didn't mean to push it, sorry about that.
On request.
It's going to be really annoying. And we're climbing out at VY.
There's your traffic.
Yep.
Now the tower, he's going to switch you to Boston at some point. If he forgets, you have to ask.
Do I have to ask for the right downwind?
No.
I haven't even asked for that yet.
No, you should have asked. You're not listening to me today.
Yeah.
You're going to follow him. This is still going to work because he told you to follow him, right?
Yeah. But he did say follow
he's going to
him.
tell you to switch to departure. If he does not, we have to ask to switch because the radar guys are going to be looking for you.
Yeah, right.
Turn. Once he passes your wing.
I was actually waiting for that.
5224 Lima, contact approach.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, contact approach on 124.9.
It's actually, even though you can switch it.
Frequency 124.9er.
Now what
he
about?
said, just fly the airplane, roll out here. Just listen to me.
Okay.
So he said approach, but it's departure when you leave. Turn downwind. So when you call him, this is Boston departure. Cherokee 5224 Lima, off Nashua 1,300, climbing to 3,500.
Okay, so we're going to turn to the downwind.
Yep. You can check in with Boston.
And we're going to say Cherokee, like right here. I don't even have to just turn it downwind here. You're saying the
Now
pattern
let's turn on course. We have a tailwind, so we can do that early.
You can turn on course now?
Keep climbing.
All right.
Remember I said fly the plane first, so climb. And this is Boston departure.
Boston
Papa, thanks for your help. The altitude is your discretion now. The previous traffic is no longer a factor.
We're going to a heading of what? Fly the airplane. What heading?
We're going to a heading of 55.
There you go. So we're going to turn to 55. And let's check in.
I just gotta know what to say, so we'll have to look that up first. What do we say? Pre-departure.
Listen to me. Boston departure, Cherokee 5224 Lima, off Nashua 1,800, climbing to 3,500.
Would you like to go direct Snu to pick up the...
Boston departure.
Shit.
Slow down.
19 Mike, would you like to go direct Snu to pick up the straight in? Yeah, it's the initial approach fix on the RNAV to 27, Snu.
If he really wants to talk to you, he's going to call you, so don't panic. Now you can call him. It's quiet.
Okay.
Boston departure, Cherokee 5224 Lima, off Nashua at altitude 2,300, climbing to 3,500 to the northeast.
You're stepping on him. You got to listen.
Back here. Too.
Number 2 Alpha Whiskey, Boston, I done.
2 Alpha Whiskey.
Right, number 24 Lima, I done.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, identity.
24 Lima, thanks. Your radar contact 2 miles northeast of the Nashua Airport. What's destination?
Destination Sanford Airport KSFM.
Thank you.
I told you it's going to be a little different at first. You'll get used to it, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure. Like anything, just takes practice.
So if you look at where you are now, if you're curious, you're way down here, right?
What's that now?
This is where you were. That's what you were trying to find.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it right here. I just was looking at the wrong line.
But you're behind this airplane. Look, we're on our way.
Yeah.
You're not even looking at your chart. Take out your sectional chart. And you got the clips. Very good. So turn it. So that's good. You can see everything.
Yeah.
So see where the highway is over here?
See the highway?
See the highway over here? See where the city of Manchester is, the airport?
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool, huh?
Concord VOR and proceed with the approach.
So try to find some landmarks. You can see the river down here as well.
Cap 2869.
And who
You
else
can see the Nashua River.
November 174 Lima
It
Sierra.
should be right there. I can see the
Lima
Nashua
Sierra.
right there. There's
Yeah,
Manchester. They should be coming up to the right in a little bit.
Inbound for Nashua at 2,000.
Might be Derry over there, actually. Maybe.
No, Derry is way up there. Look at what Manchester Airport is. Look.
It's actually slightly past as our checkpoint.
Derry.
Number 4 Lima Sierra Squawk 5140.
We're climbing really well.
Yeah, 5140.
You're well before your level off point.
Yeah.
Boston 1137 Juliet with you off on
Looks good.
We're
We're gonna level off here.
Thank you, I done.
We'll accelerate a little bit. We'll start trimming.
Current 1510, there's traffic 11 o'clock and a mile
And we got to
southbound,
figure out what our
4,300.
RPM is. Which I wrote down.
Well, the first thing you want to do, though, look, you're not flying the plane.
Not flying the plane, yep.
Fly the airplane. Just lower the nose. What speed did you want to fly at?
Number 37 Juliet, your radar contact a mile
Look at your
south of
airspeed
northwest of
indicator.
the Nashua Airport.
Just set the power for the speed that you wanted to fly at. This is a pretty good power setting. But you're not trimmed. It wants to climb. Trim it.
Thank you. Number 0 off the Yankee Boston approach, are you checking in?
01 Bravo, we have Oscar at Nashua.
You're climbing again. Lower the nose.
Number 174 Lima Sierra, your radar contact 6 miles southeast of the Concord Airport. You're landing Nashua, you said?
Yeah, we're headed to
See how our speeds are right around 110?
Leave it right there.
That's your power instrument. Just like instrument flying. And then when you have a chance, then you can go back and check that, okay?
Right.
So there's the, look at the airport's right off your wingtip over here.
16, I got your check-in.
This is where you are.
Quite to our spot, yeah.
Your
it's a
next
little bit
checkpoint
past it.
is right there.
Almost lined up with the end
Look.
of it.
Number 19, Mike, increase the
That's
rate of
then you're going to note your time when you cross that, okay?
Good rate, please.
What we're going to do now while we're waiting is we're going to lean the mixture.
Okay.
We're not there yet, so don't worry about the time. We're going to teach you how to lean the mixture.
Okay.
And so you have
Okay, go ahead.
you have an EGT over there, exhaust gas temperature gauge.
Yes.
You do, or is it only a
Those
cylinder
top
head?
numbers right there, the exhaust gas, bottom cylinder head.
There are a couple ways to do it. I can't see that gauge because it's where I'm sitting.
Yep.
But if you don't,
1250,
some airplanes don't have them. Look,
Yeah.
you pull the mixture back until
Yep.
you see the RPMs drop a little. It actually increased there. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
I heard it too.
Right there. See it drop?
Yep.
And then you move it up about a quarter of an inch. You want to bring it up until it smoothens out. If you're using your exhaust gas temp,
What's
you
use for maximum, or you do it
you bring it
slightly-
back until it peaks, the hottest temperature, and then cool it off by about 100 degrees.
100 degrees, okay.
Actually, 75 to 100 is good, so you try it.
Let's
Let's note our time. Write your time down now.
Our time is 10:10. So we're gonna use
That's your actual time.
estimated time. Oh, actual time. 10:10. Actually 5 minutes behind.
But that could be because we were delayed. So let's wait until we get to our next checkpoint, and then if you're behind, we can figure out why, okay?
Okay, that makes sense actually.
So why don't you lean your mixture?
All right, so we'll try this. So we'll start leaning until the RPM increases, or we can even look on here too.
Well, you'll get the peak temp when the RPMs just start to drop. See if the temp's going up?
Yep. Start to go down a little bit.
They're going down?
Or no, maybe not. Temperatures are still going up.
They will. It's getting really hot now.
You can remain at or above 3,500.
Now it's going down a bit.
At or above 3,000.
You add that, and you make it about 100 degrees cooler.
Number 660, contact
We're going to add some fuel, so bring the mixture up.
11825 for 660.
But it's about 1/4 of an inch, so move it up about 1/4 of an inch, and then watch the temp, watch the numbers drop. Are they cooling off?
Yeah, it takes a second, so you got to wait for it.
It does. That's why I'm saying just
fast.
Once it peaks, move it up about 1/4 of an inch, and then give it a little time to stabilize.
It's really not that hard.
No.
That's about 75.
No.
Ish. So
75 to 100 is good.
Yeah.
That's for best power. For best economy, you're bringing it back until it runs rough,
and just
and
ease it
then
up a little bit.
you're just smoothing it out a little. All right.
That's cool.
I don't like that best economy though, because you have to be careful. If you don't do it right, you're running really hot.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You blow up your engine to save $10 on gas or something. Probably better to run it slightly on the richer side. Not rich till you foul the plugs, but like.
You gotta keep. Your job now is to look around. Look at those lakes off your wingtip. See? Look.
Yeah, I see it.
I know, but you gotta find them over here. So they're right there. This is where you are. See these power lines?
We're kind of tracking along those actually. Yeah.
60 Hotel Sierra.
But I want you to start looking outside, finding things outside, and show me where they are over here.
To a little bit. Drifted off a bit.
You're actually doing a pretty good job with your heading. Most students are like this.
Oh, really?
Up and down.
Because all the instrument flying we just did, it probably helped a lot, you know?
Sierra 12000 on my way to 115.
It's the best way to stay on your heading is to pick a landmark. Anything out there. So look around you. Power lines. There's a section of a highway up there. See it?
And expect visual 34.
See this? Yeah, I do.
Right ahead of you wing out there. See the straight line?
Yeah.
Good. And then look off your nose. There's another section. There's another section. So there's a major highway coming up. Is there a highway on your chart?
It should be, right crossing. That's actually one of our checkpoints.
Right where Raymond is.
Big highway, there's a railroad.
Now lower the nose. See the highway?
I can see it very well.
See Raymond?
Raymond's probably that little town. It's probably right in front of us. We're probably right on it.
Probably, that's it.
You guys are supposed to fly right over it.
Your planning looks really good.
You said that it stands out pretty well because there's nothing really around it, and that kind of confirms it too.
Alright, so we got to fix this. This is about 65.
Right. Every 15 minutes, right? You're supposed to do
every
that?
10 to 15 minutes. Now go back to your plan.
Go slightly to the left.
I
mean, we're pretty much lined up to go right over Raymond.
So you got to start. I don't want you staring at this, but pretty soon he's going to switch you over to 12505.
Oh, we're going to go into a different sector.
See over here?
193 Victor, Boston approach, Manchester altimeter
So
2974.
this is where just put a little check mark. That way you don't lose your place.
24 Lima, contact approach 125.05.
That's you.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, contact your Boston approach 125.05. Have a great day.
How was that for timing, huh? I've done this before.
I think you've done this on Surprise. That's pretty ridiculous. You called it literally exactly as soon as calling. Alright, so we're going to do 125. We're going to focus on flying the plane first.
So, but you always leave your other frequency just in case the other controller doesn't respond.
Number 01 Bravo Roger, you can descend your discretion, Nashua altimeter.
So this, look at your sheet. This is still Boston. It's just a different frequency, okay? This is a handoff, so
3500. All right,
you want to keep it short and sweet. Just
Boston approach, Cherokee 5224 Lima, level at 3,500.
Almost.
5224 Lima, Boston, approach the porch with altimeter 2974.
2974, Cherokee 5224 Lima.
There you go.
Niner.
And you're right over Raymond. Take your time. 2974. Put it back. 74.
What?
74.
Oh, 74.
That's 70. That's 74.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2994. All right, so time. Sure, we're flying our plane here. Raymond, so what time is it? We're at 10:15, which means that we're also the same. It's 5 minutes as well. Sorry, 9 minutes. Before it was 10 minutes. Wait.
So how many minutes between that last checkpoint and this checkpoint?
We lost 5 minutes.
How long did it take you? How many minutes did it take you from the last checkpoint?
10 minutes. It was supposed to take us.
It took 10 minutes between.
Hold on a second. I messed
between
this up.
Derry and this checkpoint. I don't think it did.
Hold on a second. We're 3 minutes off now.
9,000.
I had Tapa climb on here as one of the checkpoints. I never did that one.
So what did you put for a time now?
10:15. It's supposed to be 10:12. It's 3 minute
All right,
difference.
so you're good.
Before we
You're
were 5
back
minutes,
on track.
So we're pretty much on track. Yeah. Got to level out here.
Keep looking around you.
Outside. That's what we're supposed to do. We have another lake in front of us. What lake is that? That's that big one right over here. We're supposed to fly over
We
that.
have Great Bay. Great Bay is.
Oh, that's Great Bay?
Yep.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
So this is over here, so we must be, look, somewhere around here.
Yeah.
The big lakes?
We're supposed to be flying over this lake too, right here. This one that's got that little jut out, and it's right there in front of us, so we're lined up with that pretty good.
Yeah, if you flew your heading of 55, you'd even be closer, right?
Exactly.
And
I'll even recalibrate this thing again in a second. Every 10 minutes, I mean, that's almost like every other checkpoint, essentially, the way it's set up now, anyway.
so just keep looking around the big picture. Enjoy yourself. That's why you're doing this.
Yeah, this is all
But you're also looking around for options. Where am I going to go if the engine fails? So you're thinking about
Keeping that
everything.
in your
You're looking for traffic.
Traffic's a big one, right?
So you're not just fixating on navigating, are you?
Should keep that screen up. That'd probably be a good one to have up. Traffic and
Yeah,
map.
good. So do you understand what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying. There's a field over there. There's another field over there we could land at.
That's
actually another
Pease.
one on the
That's
left.
straight line out there beyond Great Bay. See how it looks like a sandy colored line?
Yeah, that's Pease.
And it's all concrete. That's why it looks dark. I mean, it doesn't look
Pease?
dark.
That's
Pease.
crazy. I think it's huge.
Let's see where Pease is?
Yeah,
That's the runway you're looking at.
that's amazing how big that is. Might even recalibrate this again. Turn very slightly. It's slightly to the right. I've been left for a while. All right, so our next checkpoint should be coming up kind of soon. Probably should time it. That'd probably be a good idea. Well, 10:10. It's gonna be another 5 minutes or so. Should be on the left. We should have 2 lakes. Actually, those are 2 lakes right there. It's really not that hard to pick this stuff out up here.
Not really. No, once you get used to it.
Wait till we're in between, but it's only a few minutes away. I watch my altitude too. It's trimmed pretty good. Yeah, definitely a beautiful day. Also a power line, which you're going to cross over as well. Kind of verifies that point. So I guess, like you said, look at multiple points.
Good
really
morning, Boston.
sure.
Cherokee 21 Kilo Juliet.
So when you do this,
with you, mile 8 to Hampton.
keep in mind, even as a student, when you go on your own, by the time you're done with me, we would have covered all the different types of navigation, and I want you to use all the different types when you go on your own,
Right, use this as
including
well.
this. Put direction Sanford in there.
5145, 21 Kilo Juliet.
It just does it in the nearest ones. That's easier. There it is. There.
There you go.
There we go.
Now remember this, if you're crabbing, are you crabbing at all? Do you have a wind correction?
Yes, I do. I have a wind correction of about 8 degrees.
So as long
Left.
if your
So it
nose
should be.
appears to be a little to the left of the line, that's because you're crabbing.
That's good.
Yeah.
21 Kilo Juliet radar contact as reported.
And this is only a reference, so we don't stare at this.
Right.
You just do what you're doing now. You'll find Sanford, okay?
35 on course.
I'm actually going to write down our next point here, because we're just passing it. Which is, the time is 10. About 10:20. We're also 3 minutes as well, so that's lining up pretty good.
When you go for your check ride, you have to be within 3 minutes.
Is it really 3 minutes? That's the criteria? Okay, good.
Yeah.
11825 for 5 with Yankee, back to you.
Flight 1207, contact approach 124.4.
Something you can work on.
124.4.
You have to stay within 100 feet of your assigned altitude.
Yeah, that's way
I'm
out.
giving you a little time today because this is all new to you, but just you're going to keep all these tolerances in your head, okay?
Just start learning them now, so they're not going to be hard later. Look for our next checkpoint, which will be really easy to find. It's going to be Skyhaven, and I think it's Rochester. It's a big developed area, so.
Find these things early. You can see these things. Look, there's nothing but pine trees. Look at all the trees around us.
Yeah, I know.
Look around. Look right and left. Look for towns. Do you see a town anywhere?
It's probably that one right there, I'm guessing.
That's the only one that's out there. So where's the airport relative to the town?
Should be to the left.
Where? Show me on the chart.
Skyhaven?
The airport's to the left? There's Rochester's here. The airport's to the right.
I don't know what town this is then, whatever town that is.
Look at the road. There's a road up there. See it?
I do.
There's a road to the left of Rochester. Is there a road to the left of Rochester? Yes, look, right here. See the line? That light colored line out there?
Yeah, I see it.
That's a road. See it? Right here? Yeah, it kind of curves around.
Yeah.
You're actually seeing the bend in the road right there.
Where's that other town then? Somewhere over there.
Yeah, the problem with that is you have shadows. You got to think of everything.
Right.
If you had no clouds, it would be so easy to see absolutely everything.
Right.
Sometimes what happens is there's a cloud right over the airport, and there's a big shadow. And you
really
can't see anything because it's dark.
Leaving 3000, turn right direct, kind of on course.
Please confirm direct to Echo, November Echo.
So how far are we?
Leaving 3000 after you reach 3000 feet.
How far out are we? We should be...
How far from Sanford are we?
Should be 11 plus 9. Should be about 20 nautical miles once we get to that checkout point here.
That's pretty close, see? Look.
17.6.
Inside 25 miles, that's your in-range checklist. We start getting things done. So we're on number 1. We cannot change this frequency, but we can use the other radio. It's already tuned in there. Let's pick up the weather.
Even listen to both of them if we want at the same time.
Sky condition, few, 3,500. Temperature, 2-1 Celsius. Dew point, 1-2 Celsius. Altimeter, 2-9-7-3. Remarks, density altitude, 1,300. Sanford Seacoast Regional Airport. Automated weather observation, 1-4-2-1 Zulu. Wind 2-9-0 at 1-2. Peak gusts 1-8. Visibility 1-0. Sky condition
4684, contact Boston Center 128.2.
Temperature 2-1 Celsius. Dew point 1-2 Celsius. Altimeter 2-9-7-3. Remarks, density altitude 1.
They don't have a info code because it's not a tower airport, right?
That's right. So based on the winds,
we have to pick the runway.
What are we going to use for the runway?
Runway 25. What I calculated this morning. But actually, runway 29.
Runway 32 would be a better choice if the winds are coming out of pretty much it's almost out of the west-northwest, but it's gusting up to almost 20.
Right.
So 25 is going to give you a pretty strong crosswind component if you're not careful.
21 Kilo Juliet traffic, 12 o'clock, 5 miles southeast.
I should probably get the chart out for that ahead of time. I calculated out, but the wind's a little bit different. All right, so our next checkpoint is here. It actually drifted to the, must have drifted to the left. It's Rochester, right over Rochester. Where's Skyhaven? That's the question. We drifted to the left. So we need to correct for that.
Yeah, but just a little.
Hotel Sierra, descend to maintain 3000, airport 11 o'clock and 1-2 miles.
Right about here.
No, don't change it much. Only a couple degrees, maybe 5 degrees.
5 degrees.
Because we're crabbing. So
yeah.
it's over to the right. Do you see Sanford out there?
There it is.
There it is. It's just a little to your right. We're crabbing.
That's pretty cool. Let me check in time here. Our time, sure we're maintaining our altitude and flying the plane here, is 10:25. 10:25, so we're about 4 minutes difference. And our next checkpoint, that's actually our checkpoint to start descending, so we're going to do that. You got to remember what runway. So runway 32 would be.
Why don't you call Boston and tell them that you say we have the weather at Sanford and the airport's in sight, and he'll probably terminate services.
Okay. So Boston Center, Cherokee 5.
Not center. No, just say Boston approach.
What am I saying again? Boston approach.
Your call sign.
Cherokee 5224.
We have the weather at Sanford.
Have the weather at Sanford.
Approach,
and the airport's in sight.
Hotel Sierra, field in sight.
060 Hotel Sierra, clear visual approach, runway 34. Contact tower 128.4.
Over to tower 284, clear to visual on 34.
Boston approach, Cherokee 5224 Lima has the weather at Sanford and the airport in sight.
Cherokee 24 Lima, roger. There's, looks like a couple in the pattern there. Additional traffic, 1 o'clock and 4 miles, 1900 northeastbound. Type unknown on all of them. Squawk VFR, good day.
Have a good day, Cherokee 5224 Lima.
1 Kilo Julia, your traffic.
There's a guy over here that's 1900 and a couple in the pattern. He's just letting you know.
Which is nice.
Squawk VFR. Press VFR. Press VFR.
Oh.
That easy.
Oh, that's cool.
And a lot of these things, if you press it again, it brings back the previous code.
That's actually really cool.
All right, so runway 32.
So we'll go to 1,000.
And we said we're going to keep the same airspeed at about use a rate of 500 feet per minute. But now you're going to stop looking. Look at the runway. Runway 32.
32 is this way, so that would be that one.
But look at.
Which means we need to enter left downwind. So we're actually entering the left downwind 45 degrees right here, right?
Yeah, but we have to correct for this wind, because if we don't, the wind's going to blow us over here.
Go
so
like that, maybe.
Just come up, pick a landmark, fly towards the landmark, and then. Yeah, I would go maybe see that building with the white roof out there.
Yeah, that one with the white roof, yeah. The one that's like right in front of us. It's probably good, right? Or is that not enough?
This is not bad, yeah. Maybe a little, just a hair more to the left. Switch over to the common traffic frequency.
Sky condition.
Flip-flop.
We're just going to listen. And as long,
when we announce we're entering the pattern,
we're going to make sure nobody's talking first. See?
Also extending upwind, got the crosswind traffic in sight. Sunflower traffic, 52, 568. Turn left, downwind, runway 25, Sunflower traffic.
Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 11682 is 5 to the east. Inbound maneuvering 45 to the downwind on runway 25, Sanford.
They're using 25, so let's go over here.
25
traffic jack, 172 around south, turn left crosswind.
Would be the other way around. Hold on,
looking for that traffic entering the downwind.
It's this runway, but the other way, right?
Yep.
So we got to enter the pattern. That's
on the 45.
45. So you got to go over here and then that way.
Yeah, very good.
I know what you're saying.
And you can give you can make a report now. We're 6 miles to the southwest.
Traffic jack 172 around south has the.
And then just say we're maneuvering for left traffic, runway 25, Sanford.
Traffic, Skyhawk 11682.
You don't have to talk fast like these guys are talking. Just slow it down a little.
468.
So
should remember.
So look over. Just look over.
Sanford
Think about it. Think about it. Sanford traffic. Cherokee 5224 Lima. We're 5 miles to the southwest. Maneuvering for left traffic. Runway 25 Sanford.
Sanford traffic maneuvering 5 nautical miles out, maneuvering for left downwind, runway 25, Sanford traffic.
And don't forget your call sign and aircraft type, so Cherokee, okay?
Oh, Cherokee.
Sanford traffic tag 172 Romeo Hotel. Turning left downwind, we have 11682 in sight. No factor, Sanford. Sanford traffic tag 916 Bravo Alpha. Departing runway 25, get the base traffic in sight, Sanford.
Departing.
Sanford traffic 53468, extending
Traffic
downwind
pattern's
for the
gonna
Grand
be
Jubilee audio
1250.
on base, Sanford.
Okay, start your turn now, a slow turn. Because the wind, we have to factor in wind. The wind's blowing us this way.
Yeah, you can see it too. Ground speed's really high, 117 versus 100
yeah, but
knots.
a little more bank, because we're trying, just visualize that 45.
Right.
That's good. Now roll out here.
Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 11682.
And we stay here until we can turn in on that perfect 45. Does that make sense?
On the midfield, right? Yeah.
What's our pattern altitude?
1250. 1244.
Final 25, get the
Yeah, you can call it 1300, that's fine.
1300, okay. Round up always.
And there's your distance, so we're still 3.5 miles out. But now, we're not southwest.
Now we're,
base, runway 25,
east, I guess?
We're kind of south-southwest.
South-southwest.
And Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 11682 is going to send the downwind.
Let's make our turn.
After you, Sanford traffic.
Level off here. Fly right towards the middle of the runway.
The 2,000 RPM is already set for that.
So make
Hand
the
on
turn.
throttle, yeah.
Fly right towards the middle of your runway. There you go. And report that you're on the 45 for runway 25 Sanford.
Sanford traffic or Sanford?
Sanford traffic.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is on the 45 for the downwind Sanford traffic.
Runway 25.
Runway 25.
Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 172 Hotel, also extending
Maintain your
downwind.
altitude. Come on, raise the nose.
And traffic on base.
Raise your nose.
Sanford.
There you go.
And Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 11682 is turning a left base for runway 25 Sanford.
Yeah, that's him, just below the horizon out there.
Skyhawk 468 is turning a
And he's following you.
runway 25, stop and go Sanford. Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 916 Bravo Alpha is crosswind, runway 25 departing to the
So
south.
we're almost good to turn into...
You can turn now. And so you just periodically update your position, so when you make the turn now, and once you're on the downwind, report on the left downwind for runway 25 Sanford.
Left downwind for runway 25. Okay,
602, we'll keep it quick for you.
quick for you.
Sanford traffic, Major 5677 Papa. I'm going to be taxiing off this runway. My apologies,
Guy in final right there. Really got to pay attention with these traffic.
Maintain your altitude.
Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 172 Romeo Hotel, turn left base. Runway 25, got 11682 in sight. No factor, Sanford.
There's the other guy.
77 Papa, clear on Charlie.
Make the call, we're left downwind.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is left downwind for runway 25 Sanford traffic.
Set your plane up. These are all things you should be doing, just like at Nashua.
54 states going around runway 25, remaining in the pattern, Sanford.
That's the first guy going
Skyhawk
on.
11682 is on final runway 25.
You got to really pay attention here. Should put this to full rich. The checklist need to go through. Need to blow in. This needs to be in and locked. Got our notch of flaps.
You missed your fuel pump though. Go through everything.
Electrical fuel pump on.
That's right to left. Breakers, then come to your switches. Then your mixture, then carburetor heat, and then you go to your primary gauges, mags. So from right to left, okay?
Okay.
He's past your wing, or almost past your wing, so let
Got
him.
that guy though
Yep,
too.
we got two.
I don't see anybody else.
This guy, one of these guys isn't talking.
That's nice.
That's the problem with these uncontrolled fields. It gets
Kind of
messy
a cluster,
sometimes.
yeah.
Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 172 Hotel, 2 mile final, runway 25, got the traffic short final in sight.
There, now he finally talked. So give him a little extra time, okay?
682, you want me to expedite landing a little bit?
Say full stop, I didn't even hear.
All right, you can turn your base
Your
now.
discretion.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is turning left base for runway 25 Sanford traffic.
1500 RPM, don't forget our stuff here. Actually, we're going to make it 1800. We'll put a second notch, we'll put the third notch in later because we have a long downwind. Cleared final. Cleared other base. Turning final.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is turning final, runway 25 Sanford traffic.
Good. So you didn't need that much bank. Remember, there's wind coming from your right. So shallower bank. Let's go back to the final.
Turn left, downwind, runway 25, Sanford traffic. Sanford traffic, Cozy 22 Alpha Zulu is 7 south, be entering a left downwind for 25 Sanford.
Roll it to the right. Let the heading change. Let it come back on final, then roll it out. There you go.
Sanford
traffic, Aero 1 November.
So I think you'll agree that you can still land on this runway. It's good practice for you.
Definitely.
But 3-2 would have been a better runway.
Way better runway.
Going around on the upwind 25. Got that.
Should we put the half the gust factor in too? So like 75 knots?
Yes. This is good.
And then only use 2 notch flaps, right? Not 3.
Clear the runway just a bit.
Because of the gust?
Yes. It's not that bad right now. See how the speed's solid? If your speed's jumping around, then it's wind shear.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too terrible.
It's really not. The only thing is you're going to have a crosswind, so we can go with the last notch of flaps if you want, because it's not jumping around.
And Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 11682 is clear of runway 25.
Try 2 notch of flaps.
Aero 1 November Delta departing 25 straight out, Stanford.
Junk here.
Report short final for runway 25.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is on short final for runway 25, Sanford traffic.
Sanford traffic, Sag 170, Mansell turning left crosswind, runway 25, Sanford.
And we'll try to maintain like 75 knots, not 70.
All right, so put your side slip in now. So you're going to wing down and hold it, and push on that left pedal, and work the bank. See that? We're going to hold it just like that. Keep the wing down,
runway 25, Sanford.
Looks good. Keep the wing down.
Okay.
Close the throttle. We don't need all this airspeed. Looking down the runway, raise the nose and adjust your rudder pressure. That's too much. See the nose is to the left, take your foot off the pedal.
Okay.
Let it come back and hold it, hold it, hold it.
For traffic, Cozy 22 Alpha Zulu is
Hold it.
south.
Go in all the way.
Romeo Hotel for 25, Sanford.
A little more back pressure. Back. All the way. You know how to do that. This is your free
I know,
braking.
it's just weird doing it. Yeah.
I know it's weird, but you got to learn it.
No, I know I do.
Add a little power. And tell them that we're going to be exiting the runway, whatever that taxiway is. Can you see it?
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is exiting runway 25 on taxiway Charlie, Sanford traffic.
Little brake here, back pressure.
Yeah, use the free brake.
Sanford traffic, 53468, final, runway 25, Sanford traffic.
Stay on your lines. Come on, do what you were taught.
Yep.
All the line.
Traffic, Cozy 22 Alpha Zulu, midfield left, downwind 25, full stop, Sanford.
Now you can relax. The wind's coming from your left a little. You can see the grass bending over. That's what's nice about having tall grass. See it?
Oh, yeah.
Like a windsock.
Sanford traffic, Jack 172.
Once you cross this line, then report clear. So we're clear of runway 25 on Charlie.
Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 11682 is crossing runway 14 on Charlie, Sanford.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is clear runway 25 on taxiway Charlie, Sanford traffic.
Do what you normally would do.
Right, so, follow our checklist here. You can do. Throw it back here as I want it in the way of the leadboard final here. Alright.
Sanford traffic, Sag 172 Romeo Hotel, turning final runway 25.
Have the ground. Tracked our flaps. Carburetor heat. Don't have on. Electric fuel pump off. Lights we'll just leave on. Transponders 1200 alt. Mixture, you're gonna lean to the T.
Sanford traffic,
Communicate on ground,
left base,
which would be...
full stop, Sanford.
Do we use the C-taps?
Yes.
We must, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So now keep rolling and you can...
Where are we taxiing to?
I'm gonna explain to you. So start rolling.
All right.
And you're gonna key the mic and say Sanford traffic. You can just say 24 Lima. Cherokee 24 Lima is on Charlie and we're taxiing to the terminal.
Which way is that?
Just keep going straight.
All right.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is on taxiway Charlie, taxiing to the terminal. Sanford traffic.
There you go. So you listen up. If somebody has a question, they call you, talk to them.
Okay. I feel like the C-taps are a lot harder than the towers, honestly.
That's because you're used to towers. Uncontrolled airports can be dangerous. Keep your eyes open. Don't be afraid to talk. You don't have to be always very formal. Try to do it the right way, but just talk. That makes sense.
There's a lot of stuff.
If you have a question about
days.
where people are, just ask. Say, the airplane on final. How far are you? Because if you can't see them, that's good for them to tell you. So if you're on the downwind and they say we're still 3 miles out, then you know you have a little more time. Does that make sense?
Right.
That's an example. So we're going to keep taxiing. There's your windsock, so this looks good for now. So if you when you come here on your own, if you use 25, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get off at Charlie, clean the plane up. You can taxi all the way over to the terminal. I'm going to show you where to shut down if you want to, okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Sanford traffic 53468, turn left downwind, runway 24, Sanford traffic.
That's what you do.
Oh, one of the things I want you to do is,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to take the airplane, go to your phone, and close your flight plan.
Yeah, everyone have a German hotel, turn left crosswind, runway 25, Sanford.
Alright, so we'll close our flight plan. I'm going to remember to do that. Summary. Second.
Sanford traffic, Sky 172 hotel, turn left downwind.
Close right here.
Runway 25, got the downwind traffic in sight, no factor, Sanford.
Firm close.
Romy Hotel, we're going to be a full stop here. We'll try to keep it fast.
Okay,
I'll
there we
roll
go.
out for you.
So when you're by yourself, don't do that while you're
down for you
taxiing.
guys.
Just stay there where you are when you come off the runway. You can do it there.
You have half an hour, right?
Yeah, you can also just taxi to where we're going and stop. I'm going to show you, okay? You have the airplane?
I have the
I'm
airplane.
just here to help you, so I figured I'd help you today.
Thank you.
So now you can see there's a sign for the runway coming up, correct? So this is runway 14.
Don't want to cross that.
Take a look.
At all until
Nobody should be landing on 4, but you never know. But look over here.
Sanford
I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody.
Base runway.
The other way
So you're going to hold your brakes, not here, but at the hold short line, and report, tell people where you are. So we're on Charlie holding short of 14, and we'll be crossing 14 over to the terminal.
Okay. Crossing 14 over to the terminal. Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is on taxiway Charlie, crossing 14 to the terminal. Sanford traffic.
All right, nobody's talking. You don't see anybody, do you?
Anybody?
Bring
I don't hear
you
anybody
cross the
talking.
runway. Don't go too fast, but bring your speed up a little more so we can get on the other side.
Yeah, don't stay on the runway for 2 hours.
Kind of like playing on the road. That's not a good place to be, right?
Right, no, it's a good point. Is it straight across?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
well,
follow the yellow line.
goes onto the runway.
Sanford traffic, Sky 172 Romeo Hotel, extending downwind for the base traffic. Sanford. Sanford traffic 53468.
And on the other side, once you cross the line, just tell them you're clear of all runways.
Clear of all runways.
You can tell them where you are as well, so you're on Bravo now.
FBO.
Yeah, so we're going to go, you could actually go back here to taxi back up, but I want you to go straight ahead.
Report first.
Runway 25,
Keep going.
Sanford.
Okay.
Just report clear of all runways.
Sanford traffic closing 22 Alpha Zulu is crossing 32 on Delta, Sanford.
FBO means fixed-based operator.
Yeah, never seen that on a taxiway sign. It's kind of
Let's report clear.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is clear of all runways. Sanford traffic.
You make a right turn here. So when you come in here, you can park anywhere over here. You're only going to stay a couple minutes. You can even pull into any one of these little T-spots. See them?
Any of them? Okay.
And Sanford traffic,
so these have ropes, so these are probably owned by people.
So don't park.
So if you wanted to stay here for a couple minutes, you could even call them on their number.
This is floor plane 70 Delta.
On the Unicom?
Yeah.
07. I'm right off the top of the trees.
So you stay here, you can park in the restaurant's over there. That's the little green awning.
That's great.
And that's the where the FBO is. You can hold here. Any questions?
No, it makes sense. Just a lot to take in, you know.
Oh, welcome to learning how to fly in cross country. This is the next phase for you. You can do it.
Yeah. Takes practice.
You didn't do a bad job. Sometimes these flights are a disaster. It's just a mess.
Oh, really? Yeah,
there's a lot. There's a lot.
Nothing really went wrong. Just the C-taps, I think.
No, it's just a comfort. It's a comfort level thing for you. Right. You have to be exposed to it. You have to start doing it.
Right.
You will get more comfortable.
Yeah,
you just have to do it.
Exactly.
All right, so
C-taps are kind of crazy. I feel like that's, well, you just get used to it. Much crap going on.
Just part of flying.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So you're gonna take me back to the runway.
Okay.
See if you can do that on your own. All right, so look at the airport diagram, figure out where we are.
Traffic Sky 546 clear of runway 25
correct
on Charlie
airport
Hammer.
diagram. Starts. It's the wrong one. Kind of assumed it would just bring up the right one.
And Sanford traffic 70
Oh, let's look at the.
is turning final for Bonnie Bay.
Let's look at my book here. Even just look at for flight for airspeed this thing, because I forgot my book. Trying to do the flight today. All right, let's see here. Airports, KSFM. Available, that's nice. That book has got to be in here.
Sanford traffic, Skyhawk 172 runway hotel, departing runway 25, remain in the pattern, Sanford.
I left it in here. It's here, sorry. Huh. Oh, here we go, turn the Wi-Fi on. Here we go. So if we're gonna go runway 25, seems like that's what everybody's using. We can go down taxiway Echo all the way down to the end. And taxiway Echo, I think, is over there.
It's right behind
right
you.
There.
So there are a bunch of cones here. So what you can do is make a left turn, taxi behind the Comanche.
Nice. Make a left turn? Oh yeah, just loop around.
Because you don't want to hit those cones. See the cones on the other side?
No. Right.
Make a report. So we're at the terminal building or terminal ramp, and we're taxiing to runway
5 via Echo.
Good.
Sanford traffic, Sky 172 runway hotel, left cross on runway 25, Sanford.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is taxiing to runway 25 via Echo. Cherokee, Sanford traffic.
172 runway hotel, turn left down runway.
Always good to tell them where you are. So at the terminal ramp, okay?
Terminal ramp, right.
Let's get over to the right a little more so we don't. You don't want to be close to other airplanes, right?
No.
We've got plenty of room over here. So come over like this, just like that. That's a different paint scheme. Look at that.
Yeah, it's like a bumblebee.
It does look like a bee.
One of those Pratt & Whitneys. Ew. That's a high dollar machine right there. What do you think of Comanches? You ever flown one of those? I feel like those are pretty cool planes.
Oh yeah, I'm told. I haven't flown one, but I'm told they're quick. There, on the take a look on the right.
A look on the right.
And
here.
look on the left.
Left. Here. On Alpha, Echoes left and right. We want to go.
Sanford traffic 53468, crossing runway 14, sector Bravo. Sanford traffic.
Runway 2. We go left. Aside for not having a tower, it's a pretty nice airport.
Sanford traffic, Sky 172 runway hotel, turning left base.
This is a nice
runway
airport.
25, Sanford.
There's no run-up area for this runway.
There isn't?
So you're going to have to do the run-up just short of the runway.
Okay.
Yeah, fix
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna.
Sanford traffic 53468, clear runway 14, Sanford traffic.
Sanford traffic sky 172 Hotel, turning final runway 25, stop and go, Sanford.
There's no run-up area, so we have to just do it on the taxiway, essentially, right? No one behind us.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we'll go to the left. Don't go on the grass, but go to the left
side of it. In case
just turn at an angle so that your prop washes over the grass so we don't blast into the airplane.
Right. Think about airplanes behind you. Makes sense, okay.
You can see the signs coming up, so that's where the approach end is.
Turning a little bit here. Correcting for.
So I like to stay back a little because you never know, right? So you had a little break here.
And turn.
See where that light is? A little before that blue light over there. The blue light right there.
Oh, yeah.
We go left?
Yep.
Right about here, and then we turn. A little break. And we keep the airplane almost kind of like it's sitting right on the line.
Right, so we can at least still
then you have enough room to go forward, okay?
Makes sense.
And Sanford 64 with the Foxtrot, 4 miles south on the 45 for left downwind.
A couple things I want to get together here before we get too far. I want to get this here, and I want to make sure we have our log. I first
Sanford traffic, Bonanza 31497, 7 miles out on a 45, left turn to 25.
Sanford traffic sky 172 runway, so on to go, runway 25, get to remain in the pattern, Sanford.
This is one there, and the one back we put in the back of the pocket here, very smartly. This out of the way. Keep this. Don't need these right now. Stick them back here. And okay, good. Just want to make sure that's all together and ready to go. All right, go back to our run-up section. Okay, right here. Brakes held, mixture, full rich.
Traffic sky 172 runway, so turning left cross on runway 25, have the traffic entering the downwind in sight, no factor, Sanford.
Yeah, so also turning left downwind 25.
Brakes are holding. RPM check. About 100 RPM this time.
Sanford traffic sky 172 runway hotel, turning left down runway 25
RPM. The same, just about.
Traffic Bonanza is
still within spec. Okay.
45 to left turn to
carburetor heat on. 100 RPM. 4 to 5 inch to manifold pressure, looking good. Charging, not charging, charging. Bring it down to idle here.
Yeah, Whiskey Fox turning your final 25, Sanford.
Above 500.
Sanford traffic sky 172 hotels, midfield, left downwind runway 25, got the final traffic in sight, no factors, Sanford.
Standby vacuum pump, we'll test that. Looking good. Get to 1,000 RPM. Flight controls, free and correct. Looking good. Roll this to neutral, it's already on neutral. Go heat, don't need that today. Magnetos are on both.
Sanford traffic sky 172
gauges, volts are green, oil pressure is green, oil temperature is green, fuel pressure is green. Orange windows latched. Got the door. Belts are harnessed and fast, and we never got out, so that's good. Lights on as required. Good. 1200 alt. We don't need to tune a tower because we have a CTAF. Do our pre-takeoff briefing. Lose engine power on takeoff with against the runway. We're going to close the throttle and use maximum wheel aerodynamic braking. If we lose engine power after takeoff with usable rudder remaining, we're going to close gently lower the nose, close the throttle, land the airplane, and use maximum wheel aerodynamic braking. If we have an engine issue on takeoff with unusable runway remaining and unsafe altitude, we're going to lower the nose for a safe airspeed. We're going to try to continue the climb. If we can't continue the climb or maintain altitude, we're going to use shallow banks to maneuver to a best landing site. Fuel pump's going to come off. Yeah, I forgot that. Fuel pump's going to come off. Mixture's going to go to idle cutoff. Fuel sucker's going to go off. Seatbelt and shoulder harness will be tightened. The door's going to be latched. And we're going to use maximum flaps before we land to minimize our speed. Advise ATC and turn the master switch off. If we have unused one remaining, safe return altitude. Rough running engine, we're going to lower the nose. Rough running engine, we're just going to go back and land the plane. Advise ATC. If the engine's quit completely, we're going to turn for landing anywhere on the field. Once landing's assured, we're going to put max flaps in. Fuel pump's going to come off. Mixture's going to idle cut off. Fuel selector's going to go off. We're going to tighten our seatbelts and shoulder harnesses and unlatch the door. We're going to advise ATC, and we're going to shut the master switch off prior to landing.
Bonanza 31497 is turning final for...
what do you do before you taxi up? What are you going to do?
Sanford traffic sky, 172 on the go, runway 25, or remain the pattern, Sanford.
How about your flight plan?
Flight plan. Right.
And make sure it's the one for Sanford to Nashua.
All right, here's the one for Sanford to Nashua. Deactivate. Chrome.
Whiskey Foxtrot crossing the approach end of 14, Sanford.
We're going to make that for 5 minutes as well. I mean, yeah, might as well. There's a lot of people in the pattern here.
Sanford traffic sky, 172 runway, turn left cross runway 25 Sanford, looking for Bravo.
Successfully activated, and we got the confirmation email that it's activated.
Clear.
All right, so that's good.
Did you switch your fuel tank?
I did not. Should have done that earlier, actually.
You want to do that
every half an hour.
And Sanford traffic sky,
it's never a good idea to do that just before takeoff, so it's a good thing we're going to be holding. Do you want to do that before you run up? You understand why?
You don't want to have that be clogged and then you lose it, 500
There could be a blockage, and you might not know where the blockage is, but you'll find out that you don't have fuel when you're climbing out, because that's when you're using fuel the most.
That's like the worst thing that could happen, so we'll make sure we take a minute doing our stuff here. How long do you think it takes anyway? A minute or two? Gotta hold it short and wait for traffic and all that, but...
At idle, it's going to take a long time. It depends on where the blockage is.
Right. Left tank, it should be a little bit faster than the right, but...
Did you note your time?
Going to in just a moment here, before we actually...
Take a look. There's one guy over here.
Right, you got to just look around.
Nobody behind him, so we're probably going to have, what do you think, maybe a 2-minute delay or something, or a 3-minute delay?
That guy's going to take a while, because he's basically
I would say a 2-minute delay, so whatever you have for time now, add 2 minutes to it. So we'll say 11 o'clock.
All right, so we're going to put in, is it really 11 o'clock? Wow, that's convenient. Okay, cool. Okay, yay.
Sanford traffic sky, 172 runway, turn left base, runway 25 Sanford.
This should be 11:06, 11:07, 11, 12, 11, 20, 11, 6, 11, 32. 32 minutes. That's exactly how. That's exactly what the flight plan thing calculated too. That's cool. All right.
So this guy's he's keeping it nice and close.
Just wait for him. I don't see anybody else. There's another guy in the pattern right there too. What's the protocol? I mean, can you squeeze in there? You probably just wait from the land. That guy's kind of closer.
Sanford traffic, helicopter, 9 Romeo's 1
It all depends. I would say there's going to be enough time for you to depart. So we'll see what this guy. Yes, we'll see what he does.
Yeah.
If he stops on the runway and delays, then no.
Right.
Sanford traffic, this is Cessna 46 Quebec. We are 9 miles east. We're going to be crossing over and getting into a left downwind 432, Sanford.
Almost a 2-5 too. I don't have too much of a crosswind. Where's that other guy? He's right there. Oh, wait for him. Wait for the other guy. May or may not have enough room.
Well, we have to wait right now because he's not even on. He's just touching down now. So.
Hasn't even touched down. Yeah, still floating. Doesn't even a very good touchdown either. So long.
Sanford traffic, 916 Bravo Alpha, turning left base, runway 25 Sanford.
Still on the runway. Probably just wait at this point, right? I mean,
yeah, you're probably going to have to wait because it looks like he's taxiing and probably going.
Traffic Cozy 22 Alpha Zulu.
Probably full stop.
Probably taking it off at Charlie, right?
Yeah, probably.
Sanford traffic, 916 Bravo Alpha is turning final 25 on South Sanford.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
So if you're off a little, just adjust it.
Right. We can always scribble it out in a minute. Just note how much it's off.
Was that for Romeo Hotel?
Negative, that was for 219 Charlie Romeo, just wondering if they need fuel.
Yeah, we'll take a,
like
yet another top off here, if that's alright.
Alright, I'll send someone out.
Sanford traffic, Sky 170, Hotel clear, runway 25 on Charlie, taxi to parking Sanford.
Cleared? What was that? Cleared to taxi? Who was saying that?
I think he just said he's clear off.
Oh, clear off.
Clear off the runway.
They cleared to taxi. I'm like, that sounds right. We'll just wait for this guy to land at this point, and then we'll go. I don't see anybody else in the pattern. What do you think?
Oh yeah, you're definitely going to wait.
That guy was doing a go or touch and go. He probably could have gone though. It seems like he's coming in like way too high.
Not really.
No?
Well, the runway stops right over here, so that's actually pretty good.
Oh, right. There's a threshold on there. There's no one coming. Can we taxi on the runway or wait for him to clear first?
Top it off.
You want to make sure he's going to be off the runway.
Yeah.
You don't want to be stuck on the runway, not being able to see who's behind you.
Think about that. Right.
Sanford traffic, Cessna 46 Quebec, we're 3 miles east. We're going to be going over and entering a left downwind for 32, Sanford.
Come on, dude. Exit the runway.
Sanford traffic, Cirrus 926 Delta Mike is 7 miles to the southeast, approaching for straight in on runway 32, Sanford.
Sanford traffic, 916 Bravo Alpha is clear of runway 25 on Charlie, Sanford.
Cherokee 5224 Lima is entering runway 25 from Attackway EXO for takeoff. Sanford traffic.
They're going to slow down, so it's don't just say Cherokee. It's Sanford traffic in the beginning and at the end, okay?
Missed that part. Okay, sounds good.
Cirrus
Stay on your
inbound
line.
traffic to Sanford, this is Cessna 46
You don't want to hit
Quebec.
things.
We'll follow you as number 2. Looking for you.
Right, so we got a wait for a crosswind, which isn't really much of anything. So
Okay, right
let's
here.
do that.
You have a crosswind.
Really?
Sanford traffic, Cozy 22
Look at your
Alpha Zulu,
windsock.
line up and wait 25, Sanford, parking
Like
Sanford.
this, I think. 2300 RPM. Airspeed's alive. Engine instruments are all on the green. Gotta maintain our center line. Wait for rotation speed. And we're off. Sort of.
Yeah, you want to be a little smoother. That was very choppy.
Was it?
Keep it over the center line.
Sanford traffic, 6 Delta Mike is...
Now, when you rotate, you don't want the nose doing that, do you?
Not at all. That's definitely the last thing you want.
Sanford traffic, Cozy 22 Alpha Zulu, departing 25 straight out, Sanford.
Sanford traffic, Sanford 46, direct over the top of 32, entering a left downwind 432, after departing now.
Alright, so we departed really at 11:05.
Yep, so just
and we're going to need to make...
Sanford traffic, it's cap 2869.
No, that just means you're going to add 5 minutes to all your times. You can fix that when you level off, okay?
Okay. Entering a 45 to the left downwind.
And we're going to need to turn to a 243 heading for takeoff. We got to wait till we're out of the pattern, right?
So you want to wait until you're at a safe altitude.
We can go straight out, right?
Yeah.
So we need to call that?
Just say departing in the southwest.
Sanford traffic, Cherokee 5224 Lima is departing to the southwest. Sanford traffic.
Let's go to the
Sanford traffic, Cirrus 6 Delta Mike is 3 miles.
Switch over to 12505.
Straight in for 32, Sanford.
Should have done that earlier.
It's already in there, 12505.
Cozy 22 Alpha Zulu is departing the pattern due south, Sanford.
Oh, yeah.
If you want, just walk standby for me.
All right, copy that. Sorry about it. Going to standby for PAC 52.
PAC 51, flight turn right.
So you've already worked with the radar guys, and there's no hurry to call him, okay?
Just whenever they are like open.
So who are we calling?
Boston approach, Cherokee 5224 Lima.
Tell them where you are, so say we just off of Sanford.
Off of Sanford.
Tell me the altitude you're at.
November 22 Alpha Zulu.
And the altitude we're climbing to.
Okay. There's an opening here.
Boston approach, Cherokee 5224 Lima is departed Sanford Airport, going through 1,500 for 4,500.
PAC 51, heavy flight, contact Boston Center on 128.2.
All right, 128.2 for PAC 51.
Stay in your heading.
Julius Air, turn left heading 160. 2 miles.
Left turn 160, George here.
Julius Air, down the field in sight.
Affirmative, field in sight, George here.
Julius Air, clear visual approach, runway 34, contact tower 128.4.
Okay, clear visual 34 and tower 28.4. Thank you.
Trim this for cruise climb.
Boston approach, Cozy November 22 Alpha Zulu.
Pressure's good.
Cozy 22 Alpha Zulu, call you right back.
Pick a landmark to help you with your heading. So just look at something in front of you.
I'll pick that white thing right there, whatever it is. Assuming they heard us.
No, he would have called you by now. So there's no hurry. You just call him again.
Boston approach, Cherokee 5224 Lima just departed Sanford at 2,200 for 4,500.
The Cozy calling first off of Sanford. What was the call sign?
Cherokee 5224 Lima.
Okay, the Cherokee that called, squawk 5157.
Squawk 5157, Cherokee 5224 Lima.
And the Cozy that called, ending in Zulu, I think it was. Say the call sign again.
That's November 22 Alpha Zulu.
Number 22 Alpha Zulu, what's your destination?
We are VFR to Hyannis, request flight following.
Cozy 22 Alpha Zulu.
Here, get that baffling looked at. Look, 360, 380, 471, and then 369. That's not right.
Well, you can have it looked at, but your speed is fine.
Speed's good. It's just
you got plenty of airflow over the
way
engine.
hotter than the other ones. 100 degrees hotter.
77 on the meter, 3,700.
All the other ones are within 10 degrees of each other, 10, 15.
Did you check the raw baffling to make sure the baffling is good?
I'll have to look at it again.
5 miles southwest of Sanford at 3,000. The Boston altimeter is 29077. What altitude are you climbing to and what's your destination?
Roger 29097, we're going to 4,500, destination airport Nashua, KASH.
November 24 Lima, Roger.
No. Get the altimeter setting again. So you can get the I don't think it changed that much.
Did she say 29 or 79?
29 or 77 maybe. But ask her.
Boston approach, can you get that altimeter setting again? 24 Lima.
Medevac 5 Delta Hotel radar contact 6 miles west of the Hampton Airport, Boston altimeter 2977. What's your destination now?
See? 2977.
Manchester Hospital, Boston.
Medevac 835 Delta Hotel.
You're not going to be able to, look outside.
Yeah, look outside. That's
think you're going to be able to get up to 4,500?
What's that?
Look outside. Do you think you're going to be able to climb to 4,500?
No. So what should we do then?
Well, you can keep going and see. If you can't get up there, then
you can already see we got to maintain 500 feet below and 1,000
how far
feet
below these clouds do you think you are now?
Close to 500.
That's not pretty, probably 600 feet.
Probably should ask for a different altitude. Can we do that? Because you have the VFR cruising altitudes.
Just come, yeah.
So we have to go to 2,500.
Unable to climb to 4,500 due to clouds, so we'll descend to 3,000. 3,000 works.
Right.
Let's come down.
Medevac 5 Delta Hotel, contact approach on 124.4.
1244, 835 Hotel.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, unable to go to 4,500, requesting 3,000.
Number 24 Lima, 3,000 is approved.
3,000 approved, 24 Lima.
There you go.
All right, there we go. So
it's good that you requested it, but you didn't even have to because you're VFR. You can select, the only time you have to maintain the altitude is if the ATC tells you to maintain a specific altitude.
Oh, really?
When you VFR, you can change it as needed, but you should
even
always
on
let
flight
them know.
followings? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's always a good thing, so they know where you're at. All right, so we need to see our points here. We're coming up to our first checkpoint, which is Skyhaven / whatever the hell that name of that town is. And actually in the right spot this time.
Look over here.
Calibrate this again.
It's about 235.
35.
No, 225, 230. There you go.
Now that we're coming up on our first checkpoint, to do mark our time. To add 5 minutes to all of these. That would be 11. Time is it now? Actually, it's 12. 11, 12. So that's actually where we should be. Add 5 minutes to that. So that's 13. A minute early. 3,000 are coming up on that, so figure out what our cruise power is going to be. 3,000, 65% to 2430. Or we could just use the speed. Actually, we could just use that too. Change our heading slightly to 245. Not much, it's only 2 degrees, but still something. Probably should have put this in too, just why not?
Yep, just make sure you keep dividing your attention, okay? So see how we're a little low?
Approach T2 Alpha Zulu, we're going to make our final
Whenever the airplane needs attention, stop doing what you're doing, fly the plane, then go back.
Right, absolutely. That's the most important thing. FMS. Let's look up how to cancel this. See if I can remember how to do it. Okay. Direct to.
Bonanza 7 Juliet Charlie, contact Portland approach 119 or 0.75.
1975, Juliet Charlie, so long.
approach, it's Cap 2869, just west of Sanford, 2,300, climbing 3,000, direct Nashua.
Cap 2869, Boston approach, squawk 5165, ident.
All right, so that's tuned in as a backup. Not really going to use it too much. Next checkpoint will be those two lakes, which will be on our right.
All right, there's 5165 for Cap 2869.
Cap 2869.
Try to write down your times when you cross them, okay?
Sanford Airport,
yeah, I got it.
2977.
2977,
this is good too.
Check Cap 2869.
Just be careful because it's going to move around a little. And when you're flying westerly, whenever your speed changes, so you have an acceleration deceleration error, so the compass will move a little. We're not exactly west, but we're close to it.
Wouldn't that only be when you're how are we accelerating and decelerating? So just like, oh, up and down, you mean?
Look at the compass. Look at the compass. Watch the compass.
Wow, that swings a lot.
Yeah, so if you're not maintaining,
30 degrees.
There are different ways to accelerate or decelerate. You can do that by pitching. You can do that by adjusting your power. So what you want to do is you look outside, keep the nose right where you want it so that the speed stabilizes, and then you can get an accurate reading on the compass.
That's really important because that makes a huge, massive difference. Yeah, we're doing on speed here too. Heading, we kind of lost that. We'll get back on there. Coming up to that.
What heading are you trying to fly?
245.
What is it?
245.
Oh, why are we flying 255?
Huh? I don't have the bug in the right spot, that's why. Right there. And pick an aiming point, that's what I need to do too. So,
did you consider something?
What do you mean?
You were supposed to be flying at 4,500. Are the winds the same here as 4,500?
No.
Look at your data sheet. What do you have for winds at 3,000?
At 3,000?
Yeah, your data sheet where you logged everything.
You know what? I just put the 4,500 in. That's why you got to put the different altitudes in because of the weather. I've just learned something. Make sure you fill all those in.
But take a look over here. This is why the other navigation can help you. Look, we're a little to the right of that line. Now we're paralleling the line. Look at the heading. 220. The winds must be lighter down here. There's not as much of a wind. How much of a wind correction were you using on the way back?
On the way back, it was more, 14 degrees.
Right. So
sorry, 7 degrees there, and on the way back at 7 degrees. The other one, I can't remember what it was.
Well, it should be right on your sheet.
I put my other sheet over here.
Well, this is not the sheet for the return trip?
This is the sheet for the return trip.
So what's it's +7.
It's +7, yeah.
So if you take 7 degrees off of 245, what does that give you?
7 degrees off 245 is 230. So try that and see. That might be too much. This is we're talking about the bracketing.
She's talking to you. She's talking to you.
I missed it.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, say again.
424 Lima, I just want you're a Cherokee?
Yes.
What did she say?
Affirmative. Affirmative, 24 Lima. She said, are you a Cherokee?
24 Lima, contact approach on 124.9er.
124.9 or 24 Lima. You got to listen up.
I don't even hear what she
said. What kind of aircraft are you? Are you a Cherokee?
Gotcha. Frequency change approved?
She switched you, so this is a handoff. So they're expecting you to check in, but keep it short and sweet. So this is still Boston.
Yep.
Boston approach, use your call sign, give your altitude at 3,000.
Boston approach, Cherokee 5224 Lima is with you at 3000.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, Boston approach, man. Nashua altimeter 2977, it is Papa Current, runway 32 news.
2997, Papa Current, Cherokee 5224 Lima.
77. You got to be careful with these altimeter settings. He did not say 9 or 7. You're changing your altimeter settings. He said it's 2, 9, or 7, 7.
Kayak 4 Alpha Foxtrot, traffic 1 o'clock, 13 miles.
That can screw up your altitude, so be careful.
VFR 8600.
Pull the power back a little.
We'll be looking for
So if we take out that wind correction,
Papa traffic 10 o'clock, 2
right?
miles northbound, level 8.
Look at your sheet, look at your chart. Gotta figure out where we are.
Boston approach, Mooney 9163 Charlie with you, climbing out on 1100 from
So 245 was too much, do you agree?
Yes.
November 9163 Charlie, Boston approach.
So just make small adjustments. Let's try 230. See? 230 heading bug. And we'll
63 Charlie, radar contact, mile half northwest Nashua Airport. Look for the ILS.
So we're gonna tweak our heading a little because the altitude is now different. Does that make sense?
Well, you know when we have Alpha, a firm on the ILS.
But you still want to look at your check. You still want to look at your landmarks.
ILS at Concord 9163 Charlie.
That was the time of about 11:19. 11.
9163 Charlie, maintain VFR at all times. Turn left heading 100, vectors for the ILS 35. Left heading.
So did this teach you anything about changing the plan? We changed the plan.
Off because we're not as high altitude. It means the true airspeed's lower because we're higher density altitude.
Not only the true airspeed is lower, it is, but the wind speed is lower at the lower altitudes. So we don't need as much wind correction angle. That's what you're seeing here. So that's why it looks. This is better. See how we're almost on the line?
Yeah, and you can kind of bracket it.
So we're not crabbing as much because we're lower. So make sure you always write down the winds at different altitudes.
Yeah, that's a lesson I just learned right there. Because of clouds, I didn't think of that. I don't know.
You have a whole bunch of lessons to still learn, you know.
Yeah, I know.
That's the nice thing about being a student.
Yeah.
Always stuff to learn. Look, little town over here. Right up your nose is little town. See it?
Those towns.
This one's right where the look at where the highways intersect. See that one?
That'd probably be. That would probably be.
This lake is really helpful. See, that's a nice elongated lake.
We're getting close to Raymond.
There you go.
Raymond should be ahead of us. We had changed our correction angle.
See that little town over there?
That's Raymond. So it's some other town.
34-7.
That's probably Exeter.
We'll open now,
Raymond.
Or
Newmarket, maybe. Or Durham.
It could be Epping.
Could be
Exeter. Oh,
it probably is Epping. I just saw that racetrack too, so it probably is Epping. There's the racetrack right there. We literally just saw it under a wing. Epping's right in front of it, so that's got to be Epping, 100%.
It's right off your wingtip. See it? See the straight line?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's cool.
You're always going to have to tweak your numbers a little. And you always have to be flexible as you change your altitudes and be able to adjust.
Right.
You have to keep
it makes it kind of fun. You're not just sitting here bored out of your mind too.
Right. It gives you something to calculate.
Exactly.
If it's a long, remember we talked about longer flights? These are short flights. If it's a longer flight, you decide to go higher because your passengers are getting sick and you want to find some smooth air. That's good, but if the headwind component is stronger now, it's going to take you longer en route. So now you have to reconsider: do I have to stop for fuel? That makes sense.
Right. That probably happens a lot too. They change your heading a little bit, drifting off, just exactly like you said.
Boston approach, Mooney 9163 Charlie has Alpha at Manchester. 63 Charlie,
so our next checkpoint is Raymond, so
the ILS 35 at Concord after that.
We're almost over that. Trim this a little bit too.
Cap 2869
actually almost over that, so we're going to do...
with Papa and Nashua.
Cap 28600, boss first, thank you.
Just write that down.
2977, runway 32 in use.
Thank you.
Time is 11:24. We're only 4 minutes off, that's not too bad. Said it needs to be within 3 minutes though, right? That's like the standard, the gold standard.
Here's 4 Echo Tango, no delay in the descent through 7,000 traffic.
I will keep the descent up for Echo Tango.
Thank you, sir.
So the other thing you can do if you find that you have time is you take your time between checkpoints.
Okay. And see what you need to adjust to make it work.
But that will give you a ground speed.
Right.
So you know the distance and you know the time, then you can figure out your ground speed.
Ground speed was supposed to be 108 knots, but it's actually only 86.
Yep, and
pump
so
up
you have
the
to look
power
at the power setting. Is this the power setting? Is that the speed?
No, the airspeed's not right, so we need to increase it. So why don't we do that? Like 2,500, let's try that. You said it's about 5 knots per 100 RPM.
Yes,
roughly,
approximately.
kind of, depending on the altitude.
But it always takes planes a little time to accelerate and decelerate, so you have to be patient and wait. So if you want to make it accelerate faster, add more power. That's what I would do, see?
Right.
And then climb back up. So we'll fix the whole altitude thing. Because you want to be at altitude. Then we lower the nose slowly and let the plane accelerate.
Right.
And now we're starting to accelerate.
Charlie, descend to maintain 2,000.
Down to 2,000, 6 Charlie.
And once the speed comes up to where you want it, pull the power back to maintain it. We're still climbing a little so we can lower the nose. What heading are you trying to?
Charlie, 4 miles.
What heading are you trying to fly?
10, maintain VFR, cleared ILS runway 35 approach.
Maintaining 010, cleared ILS 35 approach, 916 Charlie.
Therefore, Echo Tango reaching, or correction, passing 7,000, proceed direct to Basu.
Passing 7.
You just passed your checkpoint. Did you note your time?
I already noted that, yeah.
What's your next checkpoint?
It's Manchester on the right and Derry on the left.
Good. Do you see Manchester?
Right there, it's got to be, right?
Well, there's the city.
The airport, I mean.
That's the
airport.
airport.
Right in front of us, right? That
and there's a big lake over here, so always look ahead. So you see the big lake to your right?
Auburn, what's it, Auburn Lake? What do they call that lake?
Massabesic.
Massabesic. By Auburn. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Right there.
It's actually, it's got to be that one right there, right?
Yep. Well, that's the whole cluster is Massabesic.
Right, it's a couple of them there, isn't there? Amazing how different stuff looks from the air. Oh, we never leaned this either.
26 Charlie contact.
You can. It's not really critical if you're not above 3. 3,000 or below, you don't have to. It doesn't hurt if you do.
Though.
Austin Gardner 5446, 15 forward, descending across Concord, 11000. We got pop at Portsmouth.
Gardner 5446, Boston approach, Portsmouth South Limit 2974. Expect visual approach, runway 34, descend to maintain 900,000.
Said 900,000, 74, altimeter, we'll expect the visual.
Make sure you pick your landmark in front of you and fly towards it.
Yeah, right.
I'm watching, I'm looking out front, and I can see the plane ever so slowly doing this.
Not paying enough attention. I'm going to pick that clearing over there and use that. Part of this are actually lined up with like a power line too. Somewhere here. Towards the end. That power line clearing right there. Really ascending here, so you gotta pay attention.
You definitely better pay attention now because you're in their airspace.
Yeah.
Power back a little. That could be a thermal, but pull the power back a little more, a little more. There you go.
$2,500 to $4,300. But we already have a flight following, so we're okay to enter that, right?
Oh yeah, but if you're sloppy with your altitude, they're going to call you on it.
Right.
Or sometimes, maintain your altitude.
Sorry.
Sometimes they come back nicely and they say, Cherokee 24 Lima, Boston altimeter setting is 2977. That's like a nice way of telling you to maintain your altitude.
Right.
Maintain your altitude. I don't see the nose moving. Maintain your altitude. There you go. You see there yet?
It's right there. Just waiting for a little bit longer to get closer.
So now we start. Remember, you're inside 25 miles. You should have been doing this earlier. Get the ATIS. And mentally prep yourself for entering the pattern at Nashua. Runway 32 is probably the active, so see where 32 is?
Yep. We're going to have to prepare for that. I want to get the ATIS first. Let's see, 125 point something. Got it written down here.
They're also on your chart, by the way, all your frequencies.
A good point, too. Let's just practice that. Nashua. ATIS is 125.1.
Charlie with you, climbing out at 600 out of Manchester.
Off-road second.
Switch.
Boston approach, Mooney 9163, Charlie, climbing through 760 feet out of
Nashua Airport information, Papa, 1456 Zulu weather, wind 27010, gust 16,
No, don't do that. Don't turn him off.
What's that?
Sirius 4, Tango to set 18.
You cannot turn the controller off.
Okay.
If you want to monitor COM2, you can monitor COM2, but don't switch it.
So much chatter, I couldn't hear what the ATIS was, but I guess it's just weird. I think you said this before, you gotta wait and listen like 10 times. Of times.
ILS 3 Pop Concord.
Nashua 1000 and a burn, 63 Charlie.
1456 Zulu weather.
Charlie 5 has the weather and no TMs at Concord.
Roger, 63 Charlie.
This one should be lower.
November 24 Lima, contact Nashua Tower 1-3.
What should be lower?
Contact the tower.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, contact Nashua Tower. Have a great day.
All right, so now he switched it to the tower, correct?
Yep. Should have had this pre-programmed in. Wow. Thermal there.
And ground's heating up a little.
Oh yeah. 33.2. Switch to tower.
I'll come over here and press number 2.
Visibility 10.
And we're going to listen before we call the tower.
4800. Temperature 22, dew point 11, altimeter 2976. Arriving IFR aircraft, expect a visual approach, landing and departing runway 32. Advise on initial contact, you've received information. Papa.
Got that, I just didn't get the wind, so I just listened to it one more time.
Nashua Airport information, Papa. 1456 Zulu weather, wind 27010, gust 16, visibility 10.
120.
4,800.
Something 16.
Temperature 22, dew point 11. Altimeter 297.
This is the Vortex, that's pretty cool.
Mike Echo. On Alpha holding short of 32, ready for takeoff for west departure.
All right, we're going to check in with the...
Did you get it? Was it 1-2?
We're going to listen to it again. Listen to me.
Okay.
We're going to check in as instructed.
Okay.
And then we're going to go back and listen to the ATIS.
We have the info.
We know the runway. So what's our position from the airport?
We're to the northeast.
Or northeast.
Northeast, okay, and we're 9.7 nautical.
It's
9 nautical
9 miles
yeah.
is good. Inbound with?
Inbound with information, Papa.
Good.
Nashua Tower, Cherokee 5224 Lima is 9 nautical miles to the northeast, inbound with information, Papa.
Cherokee 5224 Lima, Nashua Tower, enter the right base for runway 32 and report crossing the river on the right base.
Cherokee 5224 Lima will enter right base for runway 32 and we'll report before the river.
Good. So now you can maneuver, look at your heading. Hold the hand hold the yoke with your right hand, use your left hand. Lay it flat.
So heading.
Lay it flat. Like this. Lay it flat. Move your hand up.
Gotcha. Runway 32.
Move your hand up. That's where your runway is. What's that?
Left. No, we need to go around and enter at the...
Put your finger back there.
Always get this
Put your finger up here.
Yep.
3-2. You're on a base. Look.
We're already on
You're
base.
already almost 90 degrees to the runway.
Yeah.
You're pointing the direction that you're landing.
Yep.
So Your plane, if your finger's up here, your airplane's to the right of the runway. We're on the right side already. That make sense?
Picturing the runway.
You see the airport out there off your nose? Not
yeah,
the,
it's
not
by
the field.
101A there. It's past
beyond the field, and there's a building with a red roof. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it. It's right over there.
That's the approach end.
Yeah.
So we're
start
actually
reducing power and start descending.
But we're actually on a pretty good heading. Do you agree?
The heading's great.
You can maintain your altitude a little longer if you wanted to. Don't come down too fast. It's going to help you find your runway.
Okay.
But if you wanted to set the airplane up like you're on the downwind, raise your nose and trim it. There you go. Let's put 1 notch down. Go through from right to left. Check your breakers. Go to your switches. Fuel pump
pumps on.
Mixture rich.
Full rich.
Carb heat's not needed.
Carb heat's off.
Primer locked.
Primer in and locked.
All the gauges are green. Mags are on both.
Green, both.
So now what you can do is look. We're comfortably set up. We're at a nice, comfortable speed. And you can keep it gradually descending like this. Now you have a good visual on the runway. Do you see it?
Oh yeah.
So just keep it in sight and maneuver for it.
Stupid Bluetooth.
That thing's pretty loud.
Yeah, it is really loud.
Not flight service calling, is it?
Some 207 number. I don't know what it was.
207 is Maine, isn't it?
It is Maine, but not taking a call on flying the plane. That's stupid.
Well, no, but what'd you put for a time? It wouldn't be flight service, would it? I'm going to hold the airplane.
Yeah, you got the airplane.
I have the airplane. Just double check to make sure flight service is not trying to get through to you.
And a bunk port? I have no idea. I don't know the number for flight service.
Cap 2869, 10 to the northeast.
It's so many different customers, hard to keep track of them all.
Traffic in front of me.
Maybe you pissed somebody off in Maine.
Better than 4 miles. Ahead of you, Cap 2869 under the right base, runway 32, and report crossing the river on the right base.
We have a little more than 1,000 feet to lose. This is going to work out nicely, so keep your airplane descending.
2,500 feet.
We can actually see the runway really well now.
Yeah, I can see the end of it there now.
But see how it's all in the planning.
So can we enter the base, or we have to enter the downwind?
No, he told you.
Enter the base.
Remember he said, report right base for runway 32, report
right
crossing the river.
Yeah.
So we're going to...
There's the river right there,
We're going to stay in this heading, and we're crabbing a little. So even though we're flying like this, we're flying like that.
Yeah.
So this looks pretty good.
Stay where we are.
Remember, when the nose, that's turbulence, but when the nose dances around like that,
I know.
You can stop it with your feet.
Get my speed too, I don't want to go too fast with the flaps down.
Put a second notch down.